Welcome to the show. After the show, it happens right after the show. Cheers.
Got my arms wrong.
I like to call them Jolly Arms. Jolly Arms.
Jolly Arms.
These are my Jolly Arms.
My Jolly Arms.
It's like if you're doing this is just a fun fact about life. You can't be upset.
Right. If you're in a bad mood, just be like.
It's like,
can you imagine? Just like.
You'll smile.
Exactly. Works every time.
Works every time.
Jolly Arms.
Jolly Arms.
Hashtag Jolly Arms.
This is gonna be trending.
This is why people need to be on the Patreon.
So you guys they already all know that.
Things, right? You should tell your friends though, like, guys, I learned about Jolly Arms yesterday.
Works. You guys should tweet us videos of you doing Jolly Arms. I would appreciate it. It would be a real indicator as to how many of you actually watch these.
Put it in French toast.
The French toasting tin.
French toast.
So, today we talked about Infinity Stones and how the original OG Avengers kind of match up with them real nice.
It's kind of like the MCU's version of the Sorting Hat, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
Each one has a special color and, like, attributes to it.
That's true. But the thing was like, I didn't really think of it as, like, a sorting so much as, like, you can recognize these characteristics about each of the characters if you really like dig into it a little bit.
Right.
And I feel like it makes sense. I'm not super in favor of the idea of the big grand finale being that they like create their own weapon.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be lame if they come in and they're like, yo, what up, Thanos? Guess what? Because, like, honestly, if they have their own, can't they just be like, undone?
Right.
And then it's like, do they even have to fight him? Like, they still need a reason to have to fight him unless they're like, doing that won't make a difference. He'll just snap again.
Right.
And maybe we'll die next time. You're like, but you have it. Why don't you just be like, bye, Thanos?
I think, well, what's interesting about it is the fact they're called Avengers in particular because it almost required the need eventually to avenge something.
Right.
And like, they've always just sort of been the heroes.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's what makes I'm having such a hard time wrapping my head around how the conflict will be like for this movie because heroes, as a rule, are almost always defending.
Yeah.
But almost by design, like Thanos isn't attacking.
Right. He's not. He's just like, I won.
Right.
See ya.
Like,
so
the movie doesn't even have to happen if everybody just agrees Thanos is right.
Right. Like, and I wonder how far into the future this may or may not be happening because, like enough time could pass that, like, you know, I can almost see them opening, like, 10 years later or something, and there's some news report where it's like, Earth experiences grand prosperity or something.
Oh, sure,
you know?
sure. Like, do you undo it if you ultimately see that the results of the snap were, in fact, beneficial to society?
Right, yeah, like, as enough time passed that maybe they could see it happening. Or maybe things will be going, like, really, really poorly, and they're going to be like, yo, Thanos, we need you to work with us on this, bro. Things are bad.
Well, yeah, it's so tricky. I mean, somehow, some way, they're going to revive people. I feel like we know that.
Right, that's going to happen. And they're going to fight Thanos. That's the other thing. Like, that has to happen.
You think they're going to fight him?
Yeah, they got to fight him or it's stupid.
What if they team up with him?
No, also stupid.
No, I'm just throwing a wrench in the whole equation here.
No. Thanos is the big bad, and the movie has to end with them defeating him. They had so many cool, good, like, creative fights.
They really did.
In Infinity War, so if they just throw that away, like, if you're not going to see the Infinity Gauntlet in action, then, like, yeah, I mean,
I remember going into Infinity War and saying something along the lines of, like, I'm kind of over the superhero trend because I feel like they're not able to keep increasing the stakes. And then you go into Infinity War and it's like, ooh, that did it.
I was wrong.
Yep, that did it. No, they did.
Stakes
they increased
big.
They increased the stakes. They had good battles. But so that's the other thing too, is that, like, you don't want it to be like same battle, different day, this day we win.
Right, you don't want that either. It's just like, how do you do it in a satisfying way where he doesn't, like, you know, you want them to be like a fight where they win. I don't want it to just be like Thanos being like, you were right.
Right.
You know?
Well, that's where I think some key character, like the idea of getting everybody else back, is going to come at the hands of somebody else dying. So, like, and I don't feel like it's going to be Tony because I think Tony serves as, like, a really good figurehead to have as, like, a future cameo in, like, every movie.
Right.
Like, they could just always sort of have him come in and be like the...
Yeah.
whatever, the leader of the Avengers who's responsible.
Yeah.
So
like,
I feel like it's got
we got this weird piece of tech from my friend at Stark Industries. Wink.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Problem solved.
Well, so that's what I think, though, yeah, is that it has to end where the only way they win is someone sacrificing themselves. Like, almost like they do everything right again, and they're still gonna lose.
Yeah, still gonna lose someone. I wonder if... So, yeah, you must need a way, because you're right, like, Thanos isn't really on the attack. And, like, I wonder if in his mind, if, like, what he did is even undoable. You know? Like, could he potentially undo it? If someone else had the Infinity Gauntlet, could they undo it?
Well, that's the other thing, too, is the gauntlets. I mean, it's hard to tell what type of state it's going to be in.
Right, it looked pretty beat up.
After the snap. It was almost like...
But he still uses it. He gets the Space Stone to, like, zap him out of there.
Well, he uses the Space Stone, but there's probably some question as to whether or not the gauntlet still functions as, like, the collective power.
Oh, sure. Like, it can still use... Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I wonder if... This is why I think the Hela video we made... like, makes sense, because that gives him, like, if Hela comes back...
That gives him a reason.
And, like, he all of a sudden is like, this wasn't enough, I now need to rule to make sure things are always... Like, if he tries to, like, be in charge or something, then I think he becomes sort of, like, more of this villain again.
But will that undercut Thanos' character... Because he's such a great villain, because of the fact that he's not acting for world dominance or something like that. Like, he doesn't even benefit from the snap. You know, it's not like he's doing it for his energy company or something like that. You know, some underlying benefit from winning, which I feel like is the case with every other villain who's ever existed. Yeah. I don't know. And it's even different from, like, the Joker in Dark Knight, where it's like, again, he's not really doing it for his own benefit. Like, he'll burn the stacks of money.
Right.
He just wants to watch the world burn.
He's just going crazy. But that's not even what Thanos is doing. He's like genuinely trying to help, so in his own terrible way. So it'll just be odd. Like, I don't know. They must... like, I'm okay if they get this from him somehow, and that involves fighting him. But you're right, it seems like it's like kind of a letdown if it's just like same fight, different day, this time they win.
Right. Yeah. Like, you don't just want it to be like they all show up and it's like, well, last time we didn't have all of us at once, so here we go.
Here we go. Yo. God, I have no idea. I have no idea how it's gonna go. I just hope it's good.
Even that, though, it's like... Even that final battle, it would almost seem like if Thanos is as noble in his quest as he seems, it would almost seem like if someone is going to show up to kill him, it's like, does he have as much at stake anymore, even like in his own fight? Like, are you fighting Thanos when he cares the most? Does that make sense?
Right, sure.
Like, he's already sort of accomplished what he was trying to accomplish. So, like, how do you even get him to engage?
Right. He seems like so all-powerful that it would just be difficult to even fight him.
Yeah, I don't know. So I can't wait to get more trailer footage that we can tear through. The first trailer did not offer a ton.
No, it did not really. Not a lot. You're just like, whoa, Clint's back! But you sort of knew he'd come back. And then they do like the Thanos is walking in a field of wheat.
Wheat. With pollen.
Yeah, watch out for the pollen!
That was my favorite joke of the whole video, I think. Anyway, that's probably all for today. Until next time. Bye.